Alright, so this video is dedicated to helping you make a signature line that has your digital badges that you've earned, whether it be from the SCO Badge Project or from someplace else that you want to kind of shine your star and put into your email signature. So as you can see, I've got just a typical email set up with your normal signature just kind of set up in your email. What we want to do is something like this, where now you've got some badges that you've earned or some certificates that you've earned that you want to place in that email signature, right? So there's a couple of ways that you can go about this. I'm going to show you both of them. It just depends on what you want it to look like and what you want to do with your email signature when it comes to digital badges. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this email. And again, before I get going, depending on what computer you're using, it could look a little bit different, but essentially the idea is the same and the sequencing will be the same as far as the steps. So we're going to start out with the easy one. So I'm using Outlook for my mail application. You could be using the Apple Mail application. Again, same process, just will look a little bit different. So I'm going to go into my Outlook preferences and search for that signatures setting. If you're on a PC, I believe you're going to go to options and find it in there, but just search for that signatures option within your mail application. Just click on signatures. I've got two set up, but you can create multiple email signatures depending on who your audience is that you're sending your email to. So this is the one that I use with my emails. I've got an untitled one that I'm going to use to demonstrate how you're going to add in your digital badges into your signature. So kind of the easy way to be able to add in signature or add in digital badges is you can just drag and drop some of those badges that you've earned into your signature. So I'm going to demonstrate this by minimizing my mail application and just literally dragging and dropping those badges in. Now this is all fine and dandy, however, those badge files are pretty big. So if I were to go back to my email, start a new one, that's how big those badges are going to look every time I send an email. Now if you're only attaching like 2 of those badges to your email, it's not that big of a deal. However, if you're going to add 4 or 5 or 6 plus badges, that can be a little bit overwhelming and kind of give off a little bit of a gaudy look when you're sending your email. So I don't know if that's necessarily the look that you want, but I'll leave that up to you. So that's kind of the quick and dirty way to get some digital badges into your email signature. So I'm going to go back into my preferences. I'm going to take those out because that's not the look that I'm necessarily going for, but it could be what you want. So take those out. I'm just deleting them. Oops. And now we're back to where we were. Okay, so I'm back to my blank signature. Now, here's the method that I would recommend. It takes kind of one extra step, but it allows you to customize the size of your digital badges a little bit more than what you get when you just kind of slap them into that email signature from that file you downloaded. And what I prefer to use is Google Draw, and I've already kind of mocked something up as far as where we want to go with this, but I've already dragged and dropped several digital badges into a Google Draw. Alright, so all I did was what I did earlier, drag and drop whatever badge I want in there. So I'm going to put in this Classcraft one. So again, when I drag and drop that badge in, it's going to take its original form, which is pretty big, right? And I don't want to necessarily be that big. So this allows me to kind of shrink it and make it a little bit smaller. Now you'll notice that I put all these badges kind of in the upper left-hand corner. And the reason for that is when I download this file, I want these kind of snug up in that corner so it kind of butts up nicely with the text that I have in my signature. So I get it exactly the way I want it to. You can take as much time as you want to kind of give the look that you want. The one thing I'd recommend in Google Draw, down here in the bottom right-hand corner, there's a tool that you can kind of shrink this canvas to kind of get rid of all of the extra space that we're not using. So I'm literally just dragging that corner up, and now it's just making it to where it's just focusing in on what I want it to appear when I download this file. So it might look large right now, but it's actually going to take on just a smaller dimension when I drag it into my email signature. But in order for me to get this file as a PNG, I got to download it. So I'm going to go to File, Download As, and choose PNG. And since I'm using Chrome, it downloads it right there into the browser. Okay, I'm going to now go back to my mail application. Oops. Get back into my preferences and find that signature setting and choose the signature that I want to attach that badge file to, right? So here's my signature again, and now I'm literally just going to drag and drop that file I just downloaded from Google Draw into my signature. Okay? So now, when I go and set up an email, now it gives off a little bit of a smaller look of the badges. That's because I customized it to make them a little bit smaller instead of them being huge in my email. So that's what I'd recommend. Again, there's probably several ways that you can do this. This is one way that I found successful in order for you to customize that digital badge look in your email signature. So hopefully that helps you. Good luck. Looking forward to seeing those badges in your email.